there are fears of a possible grounding of the Ghana's public pension scheme because a fresh audit report has revealed that the Social Security and the National Insurance Trust, SSNIT, may not be able to pay full pension benefit to contributors by 2036. This is revealed in the latest International Labour Organization's actuarial evaluation report on SSNIT. Labour unions in the past few weeks have taken on government for failing to remit some Tier 2 pension deductions to the fund managers. According to them, the last time government paid their Tier 2 contributions was in June 2023, owing them 9 months deductions from July 2023 to March 2024. Speaking on PMS Press last night, the Executive Director of the Africa Center for Retirement Research, Abdallah Mashoud, revealed there is more to the problem because the latest report indicates that SSNIT may not be able to pay full pension benefits by 2036.
Of course, you know, every 3 years, we have to get external actuaries to come into the country and assess the health of the scheme. In 2014, when the actual evaluation was done, we were made to understand that the SSNIT scheme is unable to pay benefits fully and on time by 2042. 3 years later, in 2017, another actual evaluation done by ILO, they came into the country, did another actual evaluation, and did indicate to policymakers and government that, look, remember we warned you in 2014, the scheme would not be able to pay benefit by 2042 in 2014. Now in 2017, it came down to 2037.
2037?
2037. Mm-hmm. That is 5 years down. As we speak, another actual evaluation was put out in January this year, and the figure has come down to 2036.
So wait a minute. So this actual study says that by 2036,
yes,
SSNIT will not be able to pay contributions.
It will not be able to pay benefits fully and on time. The reserves would have...
Okay, it's not able to pay benefits fully and on time.
It is because the reserves would have depleted. That is, if nothing is done. And they have made a lot of recommendations in the actual evaluation report. The Director General has the mandate to drive the provisions or the recommendations of the actual evaluation report. We haven't seen anything like that. Even while, across the world, people are reforming pensions in order to, to improve the long-term sustainability of schemes, we are sleeping here in Africa and in Ghana.
Reacting to this revelation, President of the National Association of Graduate Teachers, Angel Kagbonu, and Director of Research and Policy at the Trades Union Congress, Dr. Kwabena Nyakuotu, said SSNIT must make the report public immediately.
I have the copy, and that is the point I said, that we should utilize our membership of the SSNIT board.
Yeah, but it's shocking, isn't it? You have members on the SSNIT board. An actual study has been done, and you don't have it. Angel Kagbonu, have you seen a copy?
Absolutely not. They did not even announce whether
they were doing it.
And this says by 2036, they will be struggling to pay full benefits.
Exactly. If nothing is done. And they have made recommendations.
Sorry, Franklin.
It's not rocket science. I mean, if clearly speaking, government is not paying already, that's half of your contributions gone anyway. And secondly, if the options to invest once you are receiving are also limited, and they are not doing proper investments because the politician is also interfering. Clearly, it tells you that the funds will dwindle anyway. So even without seeing the actual work, it's clear that by 2030, probably even 2036, we will not be able to do a proper social security networking. And I think they need to go and learn what happened in, was it Peru? When people, there are pension experts who have managed that country's pensions very, very, very well.
And see, I need to quickly ask the workers. Kagbonu, 30 seconds. Are you going to demand for this study? Because that tells you where your pensions are and what they are going to be, what's going to happen to them. Are you going to demand that?
We have to demand it and make it public.
Dr. Otu?
Absolutely. It says something about our representation on these institutions. You understand? So we definitely have to get hold of these actuarial studies.
Joint Research Team has been studying the report, and lead data and research analyst Isaac Kofi joins me in studio with a breakdown. Kofi, first tell us about government's, indebtedness to the SSNIT, and again, how that is resulting as a result of non-payment.
Well, so Kojo, this is not the first time we are having an actual study on our SSNIT. contribution. The first one was done 2017, and you saw that the year in which the reserve was going to run dry was 2046. Now we are talking about the recent one done in 2020, published in 2024. This has been reduced to 2036. It means that if SSNIT doesn't have any form of investment, income, and all contributions cease, by 2036, their reserves will begin to go dry. Okay. This is because by 2029, they would have to depend on the reserve to pay end-of-year benefits or monthly benefits. And when you start depending on your reserve, it means that it's going to start depleting. And by 2036, it will be zero, and SSNIT will not have anything. Now, let's look at the total amount that was being owed to SSNIT, the time that this actuarial study was done. That was close to 9.4 billion Ghana cedis. Now, out of this 9.4 billion Ghana cedis owed SSNIT, December 2021, just look at it. 6.9 billion, which is 73.7% of that money, was as a result of government late payment. And so they deduct the money, all right, but the rate at which they pay the money to SSNIT delays. So the question is, what is government doing with that? It's not your money, it's pensioners' money. You've collected that money, you are hoarding it. What are you using the money for? Is it attracting any interest that will benefit the pensioners? If not, why are you not giving it to SSNIT to do the necessary investment? Okay. Because we know that one reason why this is scary is that we know the pension funds has been relying on the local bonds market for investment. Now, that means of investment is gone. It's almost zero as a result of the DDEP. Now, where is it going to invest their money? Are they going to still build hotels and all of those things, hoping and praying that they will get returns? That's another question that we need to ask. Now, according to the study, per every late, payment done by government or anybody, this is what happens. SSNIT loses about 1.3% drop in terms of investment. And what happens is that when government is not paying at the right time, the entire burden will be shifted to the private sector. So it means that what you and I belonging to the private sector, we contribute, will be what will be used to pay, will be used as benefits or payments in terms of the benefits. So they are calling on government that, look, you need to start paying the monies, your deductions ahead of time so that, SSNIT can go ahead and do the necessary investment. So that's what the ILO study is actually saying. It's not the first time. It was done 2017, and this is the latest one.
Very interesting study there. Let's hope that they implement all the recommendations that the ILO is telling government. Meanwhile, President of Imani Africa, Franklin Kujo, says organized labor must sue government for mismanagement and late remittance of deductions.
In addition to the recommendations I made about asking for penalties to be paid or interest to be paid, I think the workers should also go for lawyers. And I think, yes, they should be able to sue the government to make sure that these monies are paid immediately they are received. It's very important. Because you see, if you're a private actor and you fail to pay your SSNIT contributions, the speed with which you are taken through the court, that's 30-day court, you'll be jailed right now if you don't take care, right? So why should the government be the one actually misbehaving? It's not the best.
President Angel Carbon warns they will embark on an industrial action if government doesn't pay their monies by May 2.
If they renege on their responsibility, if they fail us on the promise they made to us that they are going to pay the monies, if the 2nd of May comes and we realize that they have just given us a red herring, then they should expect us to take a very serious action on behalf of our workers and the future of our workers. We are not going to compromise on this at all. And this misbehavior should stop in our country, where statutory monies are collected and they are not meted to the designated institutions. It's affected GET Fund, it's affected health funds, it's affected District Assembly Common Fund. I mean, every dedicated fund is affected by this behavior of the politician, and we cannot allow this to continue.